Ford is struggling to sell their cars, and they're not making profits like they used to anymore. So now they're practically giving them away for a penny. Big, giant trucks and sleek EVs like the Mach-E have dropped their prices significantly. At first glance, this might seem like a win for consumers, but a closer look reveals a deeper strategy. And to be honest with you, if you don't understand what is happening, you will fall for it eventually, because these things are starting to have a domino effect, which is disastrous. Let me explain what is exactly happening. These price reductions are tactical moves in response to sluggish sales. Initially, Ford had taken a different tactic, raising prices to supposedly enhance accessibility and refine their market approach. However, the current consumer interest forced a quick reversal to reignite buyer enthusiasm. But why aren't people buying Ford cars? I mean, rows upon rows of Ford cars, even F-150 pickups creating a metallic cityscape at dealerships just sitting there isn't normal. Never before have we witnessed such a spectacle unfold. The assembly of hundreds, possibly thousands of both F-150 and F-150 Lightning pickups at Ford's expansive Dearborn test track. Ford remains tight-lipped about this unusual stockpile. They vaguely mention that these trucks are undergoing quality control tests, but it begs the question, shouldn't these rigorous assessments occur at the factory before these vehicles roll off the production line? This concern is valid, right? Particularly in light of Ford's recent history, with recalls having topped the nation's recall charts for 3 consecutive years. 2024 appears to be following a similar trajectory. This unconventional approach challenges traditional manufacturing norms. Rather than prioritizing meticulous quality checks throughout production, Ford seems to favor rapid mass production with post-production quality adjustments. While this method may aim to meet soaring market demand swiftly, it leaves customers questioning the initial reliability and quality tests their new trucks undergo before hitting the roads. From an industry standpoint, such practices risk compromising Ford's long-standing reputation for reliability and craftsmanship if that is still something they are known for. Every manufacturer faces hurdles, but how Ford navigates this pivotal phase will undoubtedly shape consumer confidence and market perception moving forward. So to answer your question, let me ask you another one. Who in their right mind would buy these things? I mean, have you seen what they did with the Bronco? These SUVs had a real problem. And at the center of the issue lies a concerning gas leak problem that poses serious safety risks. So recently, Ford made a recall of 43,000 units. And now you might wonder, so Ford's facing a challenge. What's the fuss about? Well, let me break it down for you. The exact problem with the Bronco revolves around faulty fuel injectors, which have shown a tendency to develop leaks when gasoline leaks and meets the hot surfaces of the engine. It creates a significant fire hazard. You don't have to be a car expert to understand why that's a major concern, but rather than opting for a more definitive fix like replacing the defective injectors, Ford has chosen a different route. Their proposed solution involves fitting a tube to redirect leaked fuel away from the hot engine component and onto the ground. And it might sound like a creative approach, right? Well, not exactly. While the temporary fix might prevent immediate fire risks, it opens the door to other potential hazards like sudden slowdowns or even stalling on the freeway. Not exactly the smooth ride you'd expect, right? By simply diverting the leaked fuel and deactivating the high-pressure fuel pump, Ford appears to be masking the issue rather than fully resolving it. And it's not like Ford hasn't had its fair share of quality control issues in the past. They've had a rocky road with manufacturing problems, and this latest recall isn't doing them any favors in rebuilding consumer trust. Now, you might be wondering, how does all this affect me as a consumer or investor? Well, folks, it's about looking at the bigger picture. Ford and many more companies like GM are facing these brand perception issues. The major difference is that GM is at least profiting big time with their overpriced trucks and SUVs. They seem to have a bit more control over there. And I'm not talking about the EVs, that's a different story. GM, Ford, and most EV manufacturers like Fisker, Canoo, and Workhorse have encountered their own bumps in the road, with Fisker alone facing a whopping 40,000 order cancellations. Whether you're a consumer making purchasing decisions or an investor eyeing potential returns, these things are crucial. So I started analyzing all the data available, but when you start to look at the numbers, it gets a little confusing because numbers don't lie. In 2023, Ford marked a significant milestone for the company, witnessing a remarkable 7.1% surge in overall sales. Now they will expand options for owners and could reduce repair costs through competition. And although they have a long way to go, we still should appreciate these types of efforts, because there are some companies that are not backing down from these strategies, though relentless when it comes to money, and they won't hesitate to do whatever it takes. If dominating the market translates to profit, they're right there leading the charge. It's not that the government is inactive, it's just that these companies are experts at navigating and combating regulations. And here is how companies versus policies. There is something called right-to-repair laws that aim to give drivers and independent repair shops more control over car repairs by providing access to tools and information typically guarded by manufacturers. Imagine a trusted local garage with all the knowledge and tools to fix your car, eliminating the need for expensive dealership visits. Massachusetts has already passed a law requiring cars to have a standardized data platform that independent shops can use for repairs. With your permission, this challenges the status quo, where manufacturers hold all the repair information. So automakers like Ford argue these laws conflict with federal regulations and could jeopardize safety and cybersecurity. They even propose their own laws and try to block the Massachusetts law. This right to repair debate centers on whether consumers get more repair options or if automakers maintain control over repairs. While open-source software can offer faster development, better security and cost savings, proprietary software relies on exclusivity and control for its value. In my opinion, they'll never let this opportunity get away from them. How else would they have their money back? But what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.